All right, guys. So I got a haircut and I cut myself on my forehead. So don't mind that. I've been using a lot of strong verbiage around the masculinity or lack thereof with the men in society, specifically in California and the Bay Area, when it comes to trying to regain freedom and stand up for people who are physically less capable than you when it comes to generating interference and standing up. And I stand by those words. It's important for men to do just that. But I'm driving back from Pittsburgh. I got my hair cut out here, and I grew up here with my parents in Pittsburgh. So sometimes when I'm out here, I think of when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, I used to hate, like a young man, a young adult, I used to hate hearing stuff like that, like people telling me to be a man, and I hated that for two reasons. The first reason why I hated it is I hated it because I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do, because I kind of lacked those masculine characteristics. I shouldn't say kind of. It was kind of like being like a tranny. I was like basically a girl in a dude's body. I didn't really have any good masculine qualities. But beyond that, I also didn't see the value in feminine energy. I'm like, okay, you want dudes to do this, you want dudes to do that, men to do this, men to do that. Who's talking to women about what they need to be doing? And that's like a bigger society thing. Like, everyone wants to talk about men in every aspect of life. And I'm all for it, because as a man, you're supposed to be a leader. And as a leader, you're going to get the majority of the criticism. And that's cool. Now, a lot of this like criticism and stuff is skewed now. Like, a lot of this criticism is toxic. But I wanted to do the thing that address that thing that used to kind of bother me, which is like nobody ever really addressing a woman's role. Ooh, a woman's responsibility. Oh shit. Now everyone's like on edge and like, what the fuck is he gonna say? Like, let's be real. If you have 50 expectations from a man, because of a man, like a man needs to do all these things, 50 things, then there better be at least 35 things for the woman. And that's pretty fucking fair, I would say. Now, in times like these, when we're sticking together and there's just 2 more weeks to get through, it's important to value both sides. The men absolutely need to step up. And if you don't, then you're going to have women doing it. But women who are listening right now, or dudes with good women surrounding them, whether it's romantically or family or just friends, it is so important to talk about the value of a woman in these times. Yes, a man can do feminine things just fine, and a woman can do masculine things just fine, but I don't care who you are. A woman does woman things better. A dude does dude things better. For all of you women out there who have a man around you who is standing up and fighting, whether it's your partner or just a friend, the positive effect that you can have on that person, on that man specifically, is incredible. You saying that you're proud of them, you doing the smallest thing to encourage them goes so far. And with guys, like, our forte isn't expressing gratitude and saying thank you and tearing up, but like, the smallest gesture of you applauding a dude who's fighting for you, fighting for your city, your state, your freedoms, your family's freedoms, that goes so far in empowering that guy. And this is something that I'll use an example that will like piss people off. Like, yeah, let's do this one. If you have a dude in your family or your circle and he's fighting the fight, and you don't just like make him a really nice meal. Like, in your mind it's saying thank you. Like, you make him this nice ass meal and you give it to him, but before he takes that first bite, you're like, I just want you to know, like, I appreciate what you're doing, and like, this is why I made this meal for you. He will be so encouraged by that. That will be like the male equivalent of you getting like a dozen roses and like a teddy bear and a night out because he just says he loves you. The power of a woman in times like these is just as powerful as a man in times like these. What I'm getting at, ladies, is if you have someone around you who is already fighting, like, that's awesome. Do not overlook how powerful and important you are in this fight. Like, we think of soldiers, we think of people who go into battle, and obviously they're the ones that get to lose their limbs and come back traumatized and stuff like that. But when they come back, the people who are supporting them and taking care of them, they weren't getting shot at, but they are just as important as the person who was doing battle. Obviously, in this scenario, I'm not going to war, although I cut myself like an idiot. But having that type of support is so important to people like me. And then to you guys, if there are people around you who directly or indirectly have been making you feel supported and like balanced and grounded throughout you stressing and figuratively fighting during this time, let them know. I have this pretty strong belief that many things in life are like have similarities and parallels to like a good romantic loving relationship, and a lot of that ties into balance and specific roles in vocalizing appreciation for the other person's role. So really, guys and gals, do not underestimate the power of a woman during these times, especially you women. And I don't mean going out there and doing the fighting unless you have to. Like, telling someone that you're proud of them, the smallest of gestures can make an incredibly exhausted, tired, dejected, discouraged man and turn him into a fucking gorilla on fire with a machine gun. That's a pretty cool thing to say or think about. But you can really fire that dude up without even raising your voice, just telling him that you're proud. And dudes, you can really help these women recognize how important they are in times like these by vocalizing your appreciation for them if they're being that way. Appreciate each other and, I hate the word, empower each other throughout this figurative battle. In both of us, men and women, and also the people in between that are like cyborgs and stuff, we'll be better off both during this fight, and then we'll be more likely to have a quick recovery emotionally when all of the stress is done. And on that note, I hope I have a quick recovery from that. Also, look at my brows, dude. Look how clean I look. I feel so pretty now. And I guess that's just about like having balance between masculine and feminine energy. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go buy some stuff at Home Depot to offset the feminine energy from my eyebrows right now. All right, have a good fucking day, guys. Bye-bye.